What's up, ladies and gents? I didn't take no trade today. I'm going to show you guys what I ideally would have. The trade formed. I missed my entry. It was a pretty good trade, but also then again, I just didn't. I don't know. I really wanted to see either us. I didn't really think that we were going too short. I really wanted to see longs. I wanted to see some of this get taken out. These 15-minute internal highs, shit like this. But this is the trade that we did end up happening. Okay. So let's just go ahead, jump right into it, and show you guys what I missed. So yeah, I made diddly shit today. I decided not to take this, just because RR really wasn't that great, and I like big moves. Okay, so immediately, okay, 10:30 opens. We have this bearish 5-minute gap here. We open pre-market. Okay, we also have PMI coming out at 9:45. That didn't do anything. Normally, it's either bullish or that we just chop through it. So normally what happens? Oh yeah, yeah. So immediately open, take out some of these internal lows. I want to see what I really wanted to see was us move to this 30-minute EQ, tap into this 30-minute gap. And then we also have a 15-minute gap here, pretty huge 15-minute gap that we tap into with this candle. So yeah, let's go back to our 5-minute. Okay. So we tap into the 15-minute, put in an SMT here. NASDAQ takes out these highs. ES does not. Alrighty. So, and then this is London highs right here. Okay, so let's hit our 2-minute. And then let's see what we see. Tapping into this. Okay, so now we have this 2-minute right here. Bam. This really isn't anything insane. This is why this isn't really a prominent fair value gap for me. But we do have the 5-minute. Okay, and then we can see we come back and we tap back into this 15-minute gap. I ideally want to see us tap EQ before we move up to here. These pretty strong draws in liquidity, especially. We also have this 4-hour gap, which is a very strong draw in liquidity. All right. So let's see what happens. Keep our 2-minute open. Okay, we come tap back into the 15-minute. All right. Now with this candle, we inverse this 2-minute gap already. This is 9:40. News is about to come out. We also have this gap as well. So now that we have taken out these internal lows, tapped into this 15-minute, we see the SMT here. I'd ideally want to see this gap getting inversed with up here. Okay, stops at this low. Alrighty, that's what I'd like to see, and even we could hold a runner up to here. All right, let's see. Oh, we have this as well. Yeah. I already have this marked out, right? Yep, right there. This is this 5-minute bearish gap. Okay, now this is great. Longs is great here. Okay, now I'm officially looking for longs. We tapped into the 30-minute gap. We hit EQ of this 30-minute move. I know we have no reason but to move higher. If we go, if the overall bias is bearish, like it is on the higher time frame, we're going to want to move into this 4-hour gap before moving lower. Okay, let's see what happens. Now we also open. Now this is a 2-minute. This is a strong 2-minute gap. Okay, this 2-minute gap comes and fills EQ and takes bam. Okay, so and takes out liquidity. Alrighty, takes out this liquidity. Bam, takes out internal sell side. Alrighty, so this would have been a strong entry point. Okay, you could have also entered on this. Not gonna lie, after we inverse this, especially after you know that we rejecting off this 30-minute gap, same thing. Okay, that would have been nice. All right, so this is where I missed it in all reality. SMT put in London highs right here. EQ of the 30-minute tapped, holding the 15-minute. This is where, go ahead. We are going to want to buy in. Bam. Stops at the low of that fair value gap up to here or even here. Honestly, I really wanted to see us move into this fair value gap. So let's see. Okay, and if we see, we probably inverse. Yep, and now we have inversed this here. Alrighty, and now we have taken out London highs. So bam, stops to break even. I'd probably, just a little bit above, just to because with the commissions and fees or whatever. So that here's what I do first: take profit taken out. See what happens. Wicked into that. Okay, and then immediately stopped out. So this was really the only trade here. Okay, this was really the only thing that really happened. And then immediately we start moving down. And then if we come back on the 5-minute here, and I got stopped. I got stopped out 160 yippee doo dah, just to show y'all boys. Okay, so now let's see what we continue to do now. Oh, nice. Okay, so yeah, this is what we're doing now. All right, this is what we're doing now. We've now, oh, okay, a short to these actually would have played out, but nothing really. This was a little bit of a bigger move. This was also the other move, if we can see. This was the first move, so we tap into the EQ of this, fill the gap, fill EQ, I mean, inverse this 2-minute. That could have been your entry to London highs. Decent. If we go out of replay mode real quick. If you were to enter that, oh, damn. Okay. That would have been a pretty good trade. Missed my entry. I really wanted to see, in all honesty, yeah, I should have taken that trade. But like I said, I missed my entry. I'm not going to force anything. I'm not going to force myself to look at the charts, especially after the moves already happened. So, and then also now we have, oh yeah. All right. And then we have break of structure down to the 5-minute after we took out this London liquidity. So now we have a previous session sweep. I just don't want to. We're in a weekly gap. Okay, this is a huge weekly gap. So I don't know if I see, and we can see here, we haven't taken that out yet. And yeah, see, this is just not a trade I would have taken. Literally bullish SMT on Nasdaq. So I would have shorted here, and then now you can see I would have got overly stopped out. But there also really was another trade. Let's see if we could have caught how I could have played this. Okay, so we have the 5-minute break to the downside here. Okay, after London liquidity, and then we also have this here. We have this move. We come back and we hit EQ, inversing this gap. And then really, so okay, so here we see the pullback, and then we have this 2-minute inverse here. Bam. Okay, so that's where you could have entered as well, to the downside to target London lows. And this did play out as well. But then again, and we even come down a little bit. But London lows there. We have a session liquidity sweep here. I would have liked to seen a bearish SMT on Nasdaq, but once again, I really wanted to see us for me to be more confident in shorts, which is why I obviously didn't take this. I wanted to see us move into this gap, and then we're also in a weekly bullish gap, so not taking that. But this did play out, okay? 5-minute break of structure after the London liquidity sweep. All right, we move back into 5-minute premium, and then we inverse this gap. And then we inverse that gap. So I entered on this candle close. Stops at the high of, or the fair value gap right there is what I would have done. And we can see, yeah, we would have got stopped out on that. So, yeah, but that's really all from me today. Really wasn't anything too crazy. If you want to go ahead and join the Discord is going to be in my bio. Go ahead and I'll pull this up for you guys. So my boy in here passed his account today. Let's see. pull that up for you guys. My boy in here passed his account today. Just passed his account. He made 1,200 profit across 5 accounts. I don't see the trade right quick. And then also I'll go in here and I'll show you my bias that I was thinking of today that kind of played out. So we're still holding the weekly gap, and we had the huge dump last night. We moved to the daily EQ and continued lower with the weekly gap already being mitigated. I think we'll move into the 4-hour gap and move lower. However, PMI is normally either bullish or we just chop, which we did have the bullish move when PMI came out, and then that was it. Okay, this move to take out there with the inverse, that would have been the trade. But yeah, other than that, we didn't really see anything else. So yeah, that's really it for me today. The Discord link's gonna be in the bio if you want to join a nice little trading community. Yeah, but I'm off of here today. Didn't trade today. PMI huge. Longs was really the greatest opportunity, and then we also had these shorts down to London lows after sweeping that, but it just wasn't clear. I'm not trading when it's not clear. Remember, you're not here to trade. You're here to take your setup, and my setup did form. But like I said, we inversed this 5-minute, but it's like, dude, this would have, I would have honestly lost money here, because once we took out that, I would have moved stops to break even, and I just would have been break even on the day. So that's perfectly fine with me. But yeah, I'm off here. I love you guys. You guys have a great rest of your day. Discord link in the bio if you want to go ahead and join that. Peace out.